All right, welcome back to the channel. So it looks like George Kambosos Jr. seems that he wants a tune-up fight in his own country, and he's looking to make his move against Ryan Garcia next after his winnable fight for a tune-up fight in his own country. But he doesn't want to fight Devin Haney. I'm going to break it down for y'all. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. Please share that you like and subscribe to the channel to get all your latest boxing news. With that being said, George Kambosos Jr., it seems like he's going to be having a tune-up fight in Australia, a winnable fight that he knows he can win. And I'm not surprised that he's doing this. George Kambosos Jr. has built up a big track record lately, and about he was going to do all this talk about fighting Devin Haney and stuff like that. But before we get to the Devin Haney situation, once again, George Kambosos Jr. had no interest since the jump, since Devin Haney has called him out. The first incident was when George Kambosos Jr. says Devin Haney was going to have to look convincing for me to fight him. And then once Devin Haney looked convincing, George Kambosos Jr. said that he would fight Devin Haney. And he even stated on record that once he wins all the belts, once he gets all the belts, he's going to fight Devin Haney. He's not going to run from him or anything like that and stuff like that. He says it's not about the money, it's about the belt and legacy. Then he started to slowly change his tune, him and Lou DiBella. If you guys don't know who Lou DiBella is, Lou DiBella was on the Boxing Voice talking about that he had no interest of making the fight with Devin Haney and George Kambosos Jr. He stated that Devin Haney is an email champion. He brings nothing to the table. And we start seeing George Kambosos changing his tune even more when he starts shopping his services with belts. And he called out Gervonta Tank Davis. He wanted the Ryan Garcia match. He wanted the Lomachenko match, but he was not going to give Teofimo Lopez a rematch because Teofimo was going up 140. So the thing with Gervonta Tank Davis is F your belts. I don't want your belts. I don't want sanctioned body fees. I'll fight you after belts. You can keep those belts. So they started to slowly change their tune. They didn't want Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Levy. They was not interested in that fight. Then they started to go the Lomachenko route. They tried to force a mandatory the WBO route. So George Kambosos Jr. fight Lomachenko. And then due to the circumstances with Ukraine and Russia, Lomachenko is going to be out for a while. And then George Kambosos Jr. started to turn his route to Ryan Garcia, with Lou DiBella was on record calling Ryan Garcia promoter Robert Diaz, but instead they called Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia exposed the whole thing. Then they try to work out a deal with that, and it seems to me that they're going to go ahead and go for the Ryan Garcia route. I'm not surprised that George Kambosos Jr. is doing this. They actually want a winnable fight. They want to fight in their own country. I don't know really what happened with the DAZN and DAZN. Oddly enough, that Lou DiBella have no interest in negotiating with DAZN because of the relationship with Eddie Hearn and DAZN. The other people of DAZN tried to step in and negotiate this war between Lou DiBella and the Matchroom and stuff like that. And it looks like they have not got a deal done. And it looks like George Kambosos Jr. is looking for a winnable fight in Australia. There's a couple of names that has been thrown out, but I cannot confirm these names yet. But George Kambosos Jr., after he makes a successful title defense against whoever or nobody, he's looking to fight Ryan Garcia, which he was on record stating that Ryan Garcia needs to wait his turn. I'm only looking for champions and the best fights to make. Then he started to rotate and rechange his tune once again. Lou DiBella turned back around and says, let's make this fight with Ryan Garcia and stuff like that. So they're looking to face Ryan Garcia next. If George Kambosos Jr. goes this route, he would be one of the most cowardly boxers. He would go down as one of the disgrace of a boxer, and he's going to ruin and destroy his own career. Everybody, the diehard boxing fan, even the casual fans, wants to see Undisputed, and it makes no sense why George Kambosos Jr. is running from Devin Haney. You'll be getting your highest payday with Devin Haney. Devin Haney was willing to agree to all the terms that you've been doing, and now you simply started to change your tune because you know you can't win, and you made all this lie says it's not about the belts, it's not about the money, it's about the belts and legacy, and you're just being a clown at this point. George Kambosos Jr. and Lou DiBella has been caught in multiple lies. So with that being said, if they take this route, he is officially one of the biggest ducks I have ever seen in the lightweight division. Obviously, I'm going to say this just like Terrence Crawford said to Keith Thurman. George Kambosos Jr. is not confident in your abilities, so why do you have to go through a tune-up fight in Australia, a winnable fight that you know you could win, and also you're going to look into fight Ryan Garcia towards the middle or towards the end of the year. Well, actually towards the end of the year if that fight does happen. And then you're going to see trying to find ways to maneuver around Devin Haney and make up excuses on why the fight can't get made. This is the type of stuff that ruins the sport of boxing. But if George Kambosos Jr. take this route, his career will be ruined forever. He will lie to the people. And if he lose those belts in Australia against a nobody, his career is definitely over. Nobody's going to respect George Kambosos Jr. and nobody ain't going to give a damn about George Kambosos Jr. With that being said, George Kambosos Jr. looks like he wants a tune-up fight next in Australia. Not against Devin Haney, but he wants Ryan Garcia. After he told Ryan Garcia, you got to wait because I'm looking to fight the best, not nobody's. Then Lou DiBella solely taints his tune and tried to make the Ryan Garcia fight happen behind the closed doors. With that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.